After the sudden loss of a Kingsley farmer, the Sitzman family is now participating and parting with decades of farm equipment in a heartfelt auction. But
Sold at $15.
All kinds of items were up for sale on Monday morning in Kingsley, from small shop items to construction, farm and truck equipment.
Tractors, combines, tillage equipment, fall harvesting equipment, and everything that they've used over the years.
We saw these items in action when the community came together to help harvest Dana Sitzman's final crops. Sitzman was killed in a farming accident in October last year. The community came together to help during his last harvest. His farming legacy will now go to help other farmers take care of their crops.
The backbone of this country is the farming and ranching families, and this sale exemplifies to the utmost what it's all about. The families of neighbors and everybody that was around here that knew the family came to their help and aid.
However, the Sitzman family is turning a new page when it comes to the land. It's being leased out to Mitch Moritz, a 26-year-old aspiring farmer, neighbor to the Sitzmans, now working on his own crops on over 500 acres of land.
It's the only thing I've ever wanted to do. I grew up helping my dad every day. Thank you really isn't the right words for all this, because I've always wanted to pick up ground, but never in this way.
Mitchell started farming when he was 17 years old, and over the years has tried to grow that.
It's just very thankful for and appreciative of the opportunity.
Sold at $470.
In Kingsley, Iowa, Taylor Deckert, KTIV News 4.
And Moritz planted corn and beans on the Sitzman land this spring. He has been excited about the isolated rain he says we've had recently, but is ready